and Black Doodle's the top horse here. He ran really well the other day at Kempton, was fourth. He's a former winner of the Betfred Chase. He's 20 to 1 for Richard Johnson. Little Brick, you just heard David Pipe telling you about his chances. He's 15 to 2. Andrew Glastonbury takes a useful £5 off of his back. Juveigneur, second in the race last year, 7 to 1 favourite now for Mick Fitzgerald. Cornish Rebel, who's been second to another of today's runners, Joe's Edge, in his Scottish National before, 20 to 1. And Sir Rembrandt, big price. It's the lightest I've seen him look for a long time, 40 to 1. He's the eye catcher.
Commercial Flyer, Timmy Murphy, well handicapped if they can get him back to his best. This is a big drop in class, ran in the King George last time. Mome has been a super servant, but he looks held in the handicap for all he's consistent. Likewise, New Alco, for all there's money for him, he's gone up £17 for not winning a handicap in 6 races. Gallant Approach, still lightly raced. There might be some more improvement in him, is 16 to 1. D'Argent, terrific training performance to get him back to win first time here after a long, long layoff, but blobbed last time.
Number 11 is Lord Sam. Go back far enough in his form. He's only beaten 4 lengths by Hardy Eustace, but his jumping's let him down in the past, 33 to 1. Inox, a useful horse in the past, the previous winner of the Racing Post Chase, 20 to 1. Blinkers, Tony McCoy. Bally Cassidy got good form, but not recently, 50 to 1. He's a dreamer. Ran really well last time for Sam Thomas, 20 to 1. Irish Raptor, Tony Evans, another one at 20 to 1.
Heltornic is very much in form, though her recent improvement is on really bad ground. She's £20 higher than when she won the first of her 2 previous races. Distant Thunder, a half-brother to the Listener. Good horse on his day, but he's been dogged by problems. St Matthew, in and out form this season, ridden by young Chad Collier. Hope he gives him a good spin. All in the Stars, slipped in the handicap a bit. He's a 50 to 1 shot because basically he's been inconsistent for a while. Rambling Minster is a young horse. He's had only a handful of races over fences, and there should be more to come from him.
21 is King Harold, who won the Dewson's Novices Handicap Chase a couple of years ago. Beat a good field, including Lac Doodle and St Matthew, who he meets again this afternoon, 28 to 1. But he looks well. Ross Com, who's been largely disappointing since running in the Hennessy in the National, 50 to 1. And Joe's Edge comes from a stable that had a couple of winners here at the festival last year for Davy Russell.
Sun shining on not about the righteous, but AP McCoy on his way to post Chop Thornton had a winner with My Way to Solsden already, and some real tough handicap action up and coming.
Check the eye catchers in the paddock. Old Sir Rembrandt. It'll be wonderful to see him run well here after his Gold Cup efforts. Eye catchers on the course, Juveigneur and Commercial Flyer. I thought Commercial Flyer moved particularly well for the David Pipe team, of course, also represented by Little Brick. And should Little Brick win off 11 stone 12 here, admittedly less Andrew Glastonbury's £5 allowance, he's going to be a very warm order indeed for the Grand National, because the weights were out early for the National, of course. And Little Brick is off his old mark, so he's going to look very attractively handicapped at Liverpool should he win here. In the betting ring, New Alco and Rambling Minster positives, negatives Little Brick and Juveigneur. Eye catchers positive for Juveigneur and New Alco, negative for Little Brick. A few mixed messages there, as ever.
Statistically a dreadful race for favourites. They're trying to combat that by going 3 of them. 7 to 1 Juveigneur, New Alco and Distant Thunder, all 7 to 1 chances. 8 Rambling Minster, and it's 15 to 2 Little Brick. Female on the changes. Who's your favourite?
Well, New Alco has asserted himself at the top of the exchange market, and some late each-way money coming in now on Mome.
And I can see 15 to 2 Juveigneur. I can see it.
Commercial Flyer just delayed the start slightly, just a little tightening of the girth, adjustment to the saddle for that. And some real old favourites in this race. Good old Sir Rembrandt, we've already mentioned, who finished second to Best Mate in 2004 and third to Kicking King in 2005. And horses like Lord Sam and Inox and Bally Cassidy as well.
23 runners about to be called in here. What is interesting down at the start is that Juveigneur is dripping sweat. Obviously it's a hot day, but he's really dripping sweat. They're just about being called in. This is going to take some sorting out. Let's hand over to the starter.
Right, now stand there. Stand there. No.
too close to the tape there. And to have a better chance, you'd have thought if they went back a bit further. Still one or two of them barely a couple of yards from the tape. Little Brick on the left there, the light blue. St Matthew orange jacket. Shad Collier with his back to us. Plenty of cries of no again.
You're all in bridge. Now go like that. There's your toe.
You were.
Keep an eye on me, sir. I'm well back.
They're in breach.
How far?
In breach of the rules.
No, sir. How far? Go back past that, where that number 9 is. To where the breaking the rail. We're all going to get done. Go 8 wide. I am going to get... Stay there, Paddy. Paddy, stay there.
Temper's getting a little frayed. Hope there won't be any bad language. Anyway, they jump away and head towards the first in this, the William Hill Trophy handicap chase. Little Brick, one of the first to begin with Inox in the green and gold hoops, who lands just ahead of Little Brick. They're all safely over. A mistake at the back, bad one by Rambling Minster, who's in last place. There he is in the purple cap there, blundered at the first as they head towards the second. Little Brick and Inox. Irish Raptor in third. Gallant Approach is fourth. Out wide Lord Sam of Heltornic, and He's a Dreamer. And then Mome and Distant Thunder and Juveigneur as they land over the next. St Matthew up the inside, followed by King Harold. Reminders, early reminders for D'Argent, followed by Cornish Rebel, then Ross Com, Bally Cassidy out wide, then Sir Rembrandt, Lac Dudel well off the gallop with New Alco, Joe's Edge, D'Argent, then Commercial Flyer, all in the stars, and finally Rambling Minster. Irish Raptor has come through to lead them as they land over the third fence from Little Brick and Inox. On the far side there, and the white cap worn by Tony McCoy from the airship over the water jump. Just in behind the leaders, He's a Dreamer and Heltornic, and now continuing to an open ditch. So coming to the open ditch, it's Irish Raptor that leads the way to Little Brick, and a good jump from Inox. Gallant Approach landed just fourth there, ahead of Heltornic and He's a Dreamer. And Mome's up the inside from Lac Dudel, who's made a little bit of progress now. Midfield at the moment is Juveigneur. Just see white sleeves just crossing that fence midfield. Rambling Minster remains at the back along with Sir Rembrandt, but out clear is Irish Raptor as they run uphill towards this open ditch. Leads by about 6 or 7 lengths to Little Brick and Inox, and then after these is Gallant Approach and Heltornic. They're followed by Mome and He's a Dreamer, Distant Thunder out wide, Lord Sam, and they're followed by after those Ross Com, Juveigneur around the inside. Further back in the field is Cornish Rebel from St Matthew and New Alco, then King Harold and Lac Dudel. So Rembrandt up the inside of these. Rambling Minster remains out the back. Second last is Commercial Flyer, and third last is All in the Stars. Downhill now towards the next, and coming towards it, it's still Irish Raptor in the green and yellow jacket. On the left, Inox in the white cap. On the right, in the royal blue cap, is Little Brick. They're the front trio, followed by Gallant Approach in the blue and white, just preceded by the white-faced mare Heltornic, very handy. In a noseband just in behind them, you might be able to see Distant Thunder in a yellow and black jacket. Over on the inside in green is Mome, along with the white-faced Juveigneur as they land over the next plain one. Lord Sam made a slight mistake there in the green cap as they now make their way back towards home with just over a circuit of the track ahead of them. Commercial Flyer has dropped right out and looks like being pulled up. Heading towards the fence in front of the stands, and it's Irish Raptor from Little Brick. Heltornic getting very handy along with Inox the outside. Then Gallant Approach, followed by Mome, He's a Dreamer and Distant Thunder, and Juveigneur is about 10th passing the stands. Cornish Rebel from Roscom, one of the greys. Then St Matthew pushed along up the inside of King Harold from New Alco and Bally Cassidy. Another grey Lac Dudel, another grey D'Argent out wide. Then Lord Sam, Joe's Edge, all in the stars, Rambling Minster, and Sir Rembrandt at the tail now as they jump the next plain fence. D'Argent jumped it badly out to the right, and Irish Raptor heads them into the back straight once again. Irish Raptor from Little Brick, who's always always been second or third. Held Tornic close up, Gallant Approach, Inox wide, and Mome at this downhill plain fence, followed by He's a Dreamer in a yellow and red jacket, and then Juveigneur and Distant Thunder, Cornish Rebel, Joe's Edge the inside of New Alco, and then Ross Comps and Matthews struggling a bit in the midfield. All in the Stars is just picking up a little bit from off the gallop alongside Lactudel, King Harold, then Bally Cassidy, out the back Rambling Minster, D'Argent, Lord Sam and Sir Rembrandt. This is an open ditch. Irish Raptor sailed over in front there. Mome made a slight mistake towards the inside and is now driven along. Irish Raptor, Held Tornic, Little Brick, Gallant Approach, the front four as they jump the next plain fence. He's a Dreamer, Mome. Very slow at the back was King Harold. As they turn left-handed and now head to this open ditch, and there's a good 8 or 10 or maybe even 12 horses covered by 6 or 7 lengths, and it's Irish Raptor from Held Tornic, Little Brick on the near side, jumping the ditch. Little Brick made a mistake there, followed by Gallant Approach. Juveigneur moving nicely. Mick Fitzgerald, the white sleeves and white cap as they make the top left-hand turn. Gallant Approach. Little Brick has been pulled up after that mistake, and I'm very sorry to say the horse looks injured as they now run to the top of the hill with 3 fences left to jump, and it's Irish Raptor joined by the little mare Held Tornic, who's in tremendous form. Juveigneur is in 3rd place, last year's runner-up, followed by Gallant Approach. On the left, He's a Dreamer is plugging on the right in the green jacket, Mome in those purple armlets, and Distant Thunder also breathing down their necks as they land over 3 out. Irish Raptor has gone there. Irish Raptor maybe just beginning to feel the pinch. Held Tornic left in front. Distant Thunder comes through. Juveigneur on the left. They're chased by Mome, and then Joe's Edge running on over the second last, and Held Tornic has gone this time. Held Tornic is down there, interferes with 1 or 2 of the others as they head towards the final turn, and it's Distant Thunder that turns first from Juveigneur, then Joe's Edge in 3rd, Mome is 4th, He's a Dreamer, Ross Com and Gallant Approach. They run to the final fence. Distant Thunder with about a half length on Juveigneur at the last. Distant Thunder, the better jump. Distant Thunder by a length to Juveigneur, then Joe's Edge, they're clear of Mome as they race up the hill. It's Distant Thunder, and Andrew McNamara. Juveigneur is fighting back very gamely, and Joe's Edge is thrusting at them as well. It's going to be very close indeed. Tight. Juveigneur in the centre, Distant Thunder far side, Joe's Edge flashing at them on the near side, possibly 3rd. They're clear of Mome, then New Alco, and He's a Dreamer. The freeze frame, well, I've called Joe's Edge possibly 3rd. He may have got there, in fact, on the near side. The angle is very deceptive. On that evidence, you'd probably say Distant Thunder was 3rd, but this is a really tight 3-way photo at the end of this William Hill Trophy. What a tremendous finish. It looked as though Distant Thunder had got the race won when putting in the best jump at the final fence. Juveigneur has rallied tenaciously under Mick Fitzgerald, running another fine race at the festival. 2nd last year, won the Kim Muir 2 years ago, and the former Scottish national winner, Joe's Edge, joining in right on the line. We wait for the judge.
Oh, what a tremendous finish, but let's hope that the 2 jockeys who had falls, Tony Evans and Tom Scudam, are all right. But Mick Fitz, well, he's been thinking about retiring. He's given this horse a really great ride, whether he wins or loses. Really strong from the last. Has he got it, or has he been done by Joe's Edge? Well, we'll let you know.
Here's the result of the photograph for 1st place. First, number 23.
Yeah.
Second, number 3. Third, number 17. Fourth, number 7. Fifth, number 14. And the 6th place horse, number 8. The full result of the William Hill Trophy.
A colossal result for the bookmakers again. After that 40-1 winner in the first, 50-1. Joe's Edge was 66 with Boyle Sports and Coral this morning. Generally 50-1. The 50th